Hey guys, I know it's been a while since my last video. Things got really crazy around the holidays. Work was twice as stressful at least because all the customers were in a hurry to need exactly what they wanted. And that was on top of the stuff that I actually sort of wanted to do, like sorting out Christmas plans and buying Christmas presents. And then of course there was my ever-present clumsiness that made things even more stressful, like when I got a paper cut on my nose the week before Thanksgiving. I was at work and a customer asked me to 3-hole punch some papers for her. We have a machine that can do that, so I put the papers in the machine to punch them. And the machine decided to jam. The hole punch machine does jam sometimes, so it wasn't completely a surprise. But when it jams, the only way to get the papers out of the machine is to pull really hard until they loosen up and come out. So I was yanking on the papers, trying to get them out of the machine, and when they did come out, force of the yank pulled the papers straight up to my nose and gave me a paper cut right on the bridge of my nose. Luckily it was so small that it healed pretty quickly and I didn't look like a complete freak when my family came for Thanksgiving. I was worried I might have to answer, "Why do you have a cut on your nose?" amongst all the other questions you can get asked at family gatherings like Thanksgiving. So basically, ever since November, work plus life has been very, very busy. Busy and stressful. Just about every day has been like, "Stress Pimples the musical, there's nothing I can do, no. Everywhere I look I've got a stress pimple. Everywhere I look I've got a stress pimple. Everywhere I look I've got a stress pimple." Whoa! Yeah, super fun. But amongst all the stress, there have been a couple good things. For one thing, I got a car. It's my first car. I know a lot of people whose parents buy them a car when they're old enough to drive or when they go off to school. My parents wouldn't do that, so I couldn't get a car until I could actually afford it on my own. I know getting a new car is supposed to be an exciting thing, but I sort of have mixed feelings about it. For one thing, I don't really like driving all that much because I'd rather be able to look around at all the sights around me, which you can't do when you're driving because you have to focus on other cars or you'll crash. For another thing, I don't like that society basically forces us to have cars to be able to do what we want and to get jobs and to buy groceries and simple things. I think that there should be more options available to us. For one thing, we need better public transportation. If you're not in a big city like New York, then you really don't have a lot of access to public transportation. There may be a city bus, but it's going to have very limited routes and hours. That's if there's anything at all. But another reason I have mixed feelings about my car is because it's red. I never thought that my first car would be a red car because as a kid, I always had nightmares about being chased by a red car. It wasn't even the same red car or the same dream. Sometimes it was a sports car, sometimes it was a sedan, but it was always a red 4-door car. I remember in one dream, I was in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and I was running down the sidewalk and I was being chased by this car that came up on the sidewalk and was chasing me. In another dream, I was near a river and crossing a bridge, and this car decided to chase me across the bridge. As we were going across the bridge, me running, the car running me down, the bridge became a drawbridge and both sides started to lift up. And I was running up the side trying to get to the top and jump over in time so that I wouldn't die. I'm not sure why I had some subconscious fear of red cars, but it almost feels like I'm betraying my childhood self to have a red car, or else becoming the other side of the nightmare. I mean, I guess that's not true. I'm not going to go mow down any children or any adults or anyone or anything. I guess it's a silly thing to get worked up over the color of a car. It really doesn't matter. My brother found out I got a new car and decided to get me a Christmas present based around that. So I opened up my Christmas present from him and I got pink fuzzy dice. And the little dots on them are fake gemstones. It cracks me up because 6-year-old me would have loved these so much. I thought fuzzy dice were the coolest thing because I'd never seen them before, and so when I first saw them, they just blew my mind. Now I have a pair and they're pink and sparkly, and I'm still debating whether to put them in my car because I'm afraid it might mess with my line of vision when I'm trying to drive. I'll probably put them up at some point just to see how it turns out. I also got another really cool Christmas present. My family does a Christmas get-together every year, and this year we decided to draw names. My little cousin got my name, and she got me the cutest necklace. Look at that. Is that not adorable? I also got a new phone, which wasn't so much a Christmas present as something I really needed, because I'd been using an old BlackBerry for quite a while now, and it was just getting really old and messed up and having problems. The speaker bit didn't work very well, so whenever somebody would call me and try to talk to me, I could only hear maybe every other word they were saying, and that was really frustrating. My old phone also liked to shut itself off randomly. I'd go to check the time or send somebody a text and it would just shut itself off, and I'd have to pull the battery out of the back, put it back in, and restart the entire thing. The first time that happens, it's just a weird little quirk. After the fourth or fifth time, it's really irritating. So I finally got a new phone which does not shut itself down, is a nicer phone than the one I had, and it's an Android so it can do emojis, which makes me way more excited than it should. So that's all that happened in 2016. January's been a little slower so far, which is nice. Although there was an instance the other day that was really strange. I was at work and I was in the back running the copiers, and a customer came up who wanted some copies made. And he said he needed a little while to sort out what he needed copies of, so he'd call for me when he needed me. So I went and helped another customer, and while that customer's copies were printing, he called me over to tell me what he needed. All of this was pretty normal until he started calling me Renee. He called me Renee 5 or 6 times before he realized that that was not my name. I was wearing a name tag. The name tag did not say Renee. When he finally caught his mistake, he said, "Oh, I think I've been calling you the wrong name." I knew it started with an R, and then in the course of his talking to me, it turned out that he had come there several months before and I had helped him, and he was trying to remember my name from that conversation, and that's how he got it wrong. Again, I would think you could just look at my name tag for my name, but alright, at least that's understandable. The thing that was weird about that, though, was apparently the last time he was there, he somehow found out my age, and he remembered my age, but he didn't remember my name. But now if I were to meet him again, he probably wouldn't get either right, because I've had my birthday since then, so I'm older than the last time I saw him. My birthday was basically the only other big thing that's happened to me in January. As a January baby, I want to give a shout out to any other January babies that might be out there. I want to wish you a happy birthday month, and I hope you have or have had a great birthday. I know that January birthdays can be hard because there are people out there that will say January is the worst month. There are people who talk about how it's still cold out, but you're let down from the holidays of Christmas, and there's no big holidays in January. So if anybody who's born in January has ever been discouraged by that kind of talk, I want to let you know that I'm on your side. January is a wonderful month to be born. And to everybody out there, I know a lot of us are still feeling kind of overwhelmed by 2016. There were so many things that happened in 2016 and so many celebrities that died that it still almost seems like it wasn't a real year. I want to give you some encouragement in a story I was told the other day. A couple weeks ago, my aunt was talking about how 2016 has been so rough and so many people have died. And my little cousin looked up at her and said, "Yeah, that's true, but we don't know how many great and amazing people who will do wonderful things were born in 2016. Down the road, we may find out that 2016 has produced some really wonderful people. And I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to see that. So let's look on the bright side and let's have a great 2017. Bye!